I have things to say, but I just, you know.
Like what? Or do you want to wait for another segment? Do you want to?
No, I'm glad that Drake is doing what he wants to do.
There you go. If he's happy.
If he's happy, then
we're happy.
They're happy.
You're not happy.
I like rapper Drake. Like I
can see the OVO hoes in the comments right now.
They're
like, oh, you like rapper Drake? That wasn't what you were saying when last week. A Rap Life review. Welcome back, everyone. Nadeska Low, I am Ebro. We have some things to cover. First and foremost, I think we need to say that we did not review the Gambino project, Bando Stone and the New World, which is a Donald Glover movie that there's now a music project for, and whoever runs this YouTube channel that posts our content said that we reviewed it and we didn't, and we apologize for that. I think that's the responsible thing to do.
It is, because I feel like we were very clear. Thanks for refreshing my memory. I remember saying I gave it one listen. I didn't feel like I was in a place to give it a deep review, but I did love that Krungbin joint off the top. Right. That's what we said. We were clear.
Now, I'll go a step further. I think I like every song on the album, or the project. I don't even know I don't know what to call it. Soundtrack to the movie.
Yeah.
But it's not an album. It's not a Childish Gambino album. I wouldn't call it that. It's definitely not just a rap album, because there's alternative records on there, R&B records on there, dance records on there. There's all different types of shit on there. There are a couple of rap records on there, though, for sure. But if you love music and you like what Childish Gambino makes, I think you'll like Bando Stone and the New World.
Yo, do people even make alternative music? And that, I forgot what song we just played, and we all felt like it sounded like Blink-182. I was thinking for a while, like, that music was so popular and it existed with rap and everything back in like the MTV TRL era. That doesn't really exist anymore, right? Do people make sounds like that?
It's there.
But it's not popular
I don't
anymore.
know if there's a place where it fits in popular music like it used to, but I think a lot of that guitar-led music, songwriter music, is making its way back into the forefront. You see a surge in country music. You see a surge in more kind of rock-feeling records, I think, because of the failure, honestly, of great songs in hip-hop. Like, there's a lot of popular hip-hop. There's a lot of trending hip-hop. But there's not a lot of hip-hop that is straight ahead making phenomenal songs.
Right.
Not just rap records that are dope, barring it up, not just, you know, things that are taking over the clubs and things like that. But, you know, there was a time when people were writing phenomenal records that happened to also be hip-hop records. And I think that for some reason, people aren't gravitating to it because it's not TikTok friendly, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't shoot up the charts right away. Like, it doesn't trend. And I think because a lot of the music that you see trending is really controlled by the most active consumer with the most amount of time to consume music, which is 15 to 20-year-olds who are basically playing video games, hanging out with their friends. And, you know, they don't have jobs, they don't have kids, they don't, you know, so they just listening to records all day long.
Right.
And so because so much of the business of music is built around streaming, the things getting streamed the most are the things that 16, 17, 18-year-olds really want. And so those records aren't the cool records for them.
Right. Thank you. That was such a thoughtful, like, deep dive answer. I wasn't expecting that.
No, it's something I think about a lot and actually watch a lot, because I think that actually has caused, in a good way, a resurgence in other types of music, that people are really looking for great, well-written songs and a level of talent that you may not be getting in some of the trendy, young hip-hop shit that we get, which we like those records and they're cool to turn up to in the club.
Of course.
We joke and laugh about them, but we know that there's a difference between, like, the things that are just kind of like trendy for the internet and things that are really going to achieve and last and be around and not be something that you listen back to. Like, yo, I remember when this was popping. Yo, what happened to this person? You know what I mean? Some of that stuff is, you know.
And Gambino could do that. Not a lot of people can. I would put him in the category, so someone was saying here, how do you have an Apple Music show about rap and not listen to the music you're supposed to review? Well, again, we were clear. I think we did review 2 other albums.
But it's not a rap album.
It's not a rap album. So I would put him in the category of whatever we put Tyler, the Creator, in. Obviously, he did that, like, real, like, rap album, but when you think of, like, Flower Boy and all those other albums, I feel like him and Gambino are in a similar pocket. Whatever they make, I love it. It's super innovative. I wouldn't just call it a straight rap album, though.
Yeah, I think hip hop and rap is a part of their influence and aesthetic, but they are really trying to make music.
It's like the root of their music, but
they're trying to push boundaries. Speaking of pushing boundaries, let's shout to Doechii, who's been dropping these swamp sessions on IG. Shout to Top Dog. But on that page of somebody who's really a dope MC and has had an R&B hit and also makes dance records, like, I feel like she's somebody that is really pushing boundaries in that way.
I think she's, okay, just gonna say it. I think if we're talking, all the things you mentioned, and we're talking about also just skill we could combine it just to women,
Rapping
to female
skill.
rapper if you want. She's definitely top 3,
Oh,
right?
easy. Without a doubt.
Top,
And
just
not
what? Just
3.
based on the skill set? Or
Yeah,
based on
and there's so
rapping
much.
abilities.
There's so much around it, but just
Yeah.
on what's it? This is the Nissan Altima. Is that
This
the
is
name of it?
Nissan Altima,
Oh my
yeah.
God! Just listen to that and tell me she's not like top 3 skill wise.
Yeah, no,
at least.
it's incredible. And then she's got other types of records that she's rapping on, but people would probably receive those records as more poppy or dance records, like Rocket or the record she had with JT, Alter Ego. You know, these records that have more of a dance appeal to it. But I like those too, though. Like, they have their place. Also, speaking of amazing music, DJ Mustard,
Oh my
Faith of the
goodness.
Mustard
DJ
Seed.
Mustard.
Yes.
Oh my
The
God.
R&B records, the hip hop records,
Yep.
like a
Pull up the track
phenomenal
list.
project.
Pressured Up.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's a
Vince
joint
Staples
with.
and Schoolboy
Oh
Q.
my God!
Yeah.
Amazing.
The joint with Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
Thug and Dirk.
Even One Bad Decision. That's the one with
Yeah.
LMA and Roddy.
Yes. I think this is a very well put together album. Very, very West Coast. Like, extremely
Yeah, but they
West.
sample Wyclef Mary J. Blige on the one that
Yeah,
she just
the LMA joint.
referenced. The LMA joint.
Yeah.
They sample Luther Vandross. I'm blanking on the record. The one with Cheryl Lynn on there. Charlie Wilson's on the album.
Charlie Wilson killed that
it's
shit.
a phenomenal. A Boogie's on a record. So while you say it's West Coast because it's Mustard, so your brain I think goes there.
Well, no,
I
I
don't
mean,
think it's,
like the sound of it is very, very West Coast.
I don't think so.
I definitely
Well,
believe
some of
it.
them. So
Yeah.
that the one you
A
were talking about,
majority of
Pressured
that.
Up with Q and Vince
Yeah.
Staples, that sounds like some real like modern
West Coast,
G-funk,
yeah,
like real West
yeah.
Coast.
There's a heavy influence
On a
like,
couple songs,
yeah.
definitely. But even so, the one he has with Travis Scott on it, this might be my favorite Travis
Just
Scott
Parking
feature
Lot?
in a long time. Yeah. The beat on that song is amazing. I feel like we don't hear Travis Scott on that a lot, and the way he flows on it feels like a little bit different, a little bit new. I wasn't expecting this album to be so great. And not because Mustard isn't amazing.
Yeah,
I just go in with no expectations.
I didn't know where
I
But wow.
kind of had like tabled my expectations.
Pleasantly
for it.
surprised.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was very, very
Yes.
surprised after it. I've been bumping it the entire
Speaking
time.
of Travis Scott features,
He's on Ice Spice.
big tune on that Ice Spice. Oh Shh is the name of the record. Y2K is the album. I just want to say here today, after much deliberation and much thought, I enjoy Ice Spice. I really do. And I say that because if Ice Spice, I can see where people get pissed because they're inundated with Ice Spice and they think that's all hip hop has to offer, right? But I think because I know there's other shit out there that I enjoy, I can enjoy Ice Spice for what she's bringing to the table.
Yes.
I like the production of the records. It's very different and interesting. I like on this project she tries new sounds and new styles with her flows and shit like that. And I like the songs on the album. There's definitely so, and I enjoy the fact that they only put out 10 records.
Yeah, it was a nice,
Well,
easy
Well, I mean,
listen.
well, like 3 of those records were already out.
3 or 4 of them.
3 or
even.
4
yeah,
of
they
them,
added
yeah,
7.
they was already out. And the album's 23 minutes?
Yeah, but it's like a fun
that how
23
long it
minutes.
is?
She just
It's
says some
23
like,
minutes, yeah.
it's not like super deep the shit
But
she
that's
says,
for the
but I
kid. I'm
love
telling
it.
you,
Exactly.
like-
That's
see,
what I
like-
was talking
see,
about
like-
before for the 15 to 20.
No, yeah,
They're
but see,
gonna
like,
eat
that's
this
why
up.
I can't, like, all right. There's a sector in the world for the Ice Spices, the Sexy Reds, you know, the fun artists like this. Like, so I can't really deep dive and really, like, dig in and lean into an album like this.
I don't think
because
that's what
it's
what
not.
this is for.
That's not
Yeah,
the
it's
point.
not.
But then
So,
she
like,
still
I
says
get
a
it.
lot of catchy shit.
Yeah, but it's
Like, if
just
I'm
like,
not
I
the shit, why am I
can't.
here? I was like, that's a great point. She just says some shit that's like simple, but like it really gets stuck in your head. I'm like, I love that.
No,
I
she's
use
slick.
that one.
She's
Yeah,
slick.
I love
She says
it.
slick shit.
Yeah,
all the time.
I mean, like, my favorite part about it is the production value. The
Yeah.
production is pretty stellar.
BB Belt, that's probably my favorite. I like the beat on that a lot.
Yeah, I like the Central Cee joint. Central Cee joint.
It's a great one.
I like that.
Give Me a Light.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Yeah,
of
I'm
Give Me a
not.
Light. I didn't like Give Me a Light.
I feel like it should still have a Sean Paul remix at some point, just because she went there.
I didn't like the record overall. I ain't gonna.
I'm not asking your opinions. I'm just saying what I feel like she might as well.
Are.
No, she did. Really
I am never asking your opinion. Literally never.
I like the joint with Gunna, Bitch I'm Packing. I like Popa. I like I like the Travis Scott joint. And I even like Fat Butt for that matter.
Yeah,
I mean,
sketchy.
It's definitely what she has to be careful of, and I think we talked about this back when she popped out with Taylor Swift. I think what she has to be careful of as an artist is not becoming, like, at what point does this transition from the actual shtick of Ice Spice, the hair color, all of the things.
Like, that's cool now.
Right.
But like, what, okay.
How do you make that transition to
something else?
Something that people take serious.
Gravitate to, like, learn from.
And maybe that's not it. She might, someone told me that they've already closed, I think, and netted between her and her producer something like $20-25 million because of streams and tours and whatever.
I mean, granted, like, she's out doing endorsement deals, Super Bowl commercials, festivals. So, like, that's not a far off number. Like, I could see that they stream her shit to the moon. So it's like, but like, to your point, how long does this last?
But my point is maybe that's not even a concern.
Not right now. Okay. But for the next album, it should be a thought.
Cordae, Lil Wayne.
Fire.
Saturday mornings, new single. Shout to DJ Premier, You Don't Stop. Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Big Sean record that's out.
Wayne on a run.
You may have also missed, there's a Rakim project out.
With an unreleased Nipsey verse, unreleased DMX verse. Crazy.
So very interesting music available.
Also, Your Old Drew, he dropped the album.
Oh, word? Shout to Drew, man. He's been working a long time.
Dropped the album called Movie. Shit is stupid.
I don't really want to get into what Swae Lee had to say, but he's kind of had me thinking about rappers in general and their political kind of positions. Some are more informed than others, let's just say that. But Swae Lee had some comments on Twitter.
Them streams must be down.
I wasn't even gonna do that either.
But but why is he doing it?
I think honestly, people aren't. Their political scope is narrow. Let me give them that. Yeah. I don't believe individuals that say things like Swae Lee said or other rappers have said about their political alignments. I don't think they have a macro view of the situation. I think they have a narrow view, and I think many of them have more of a selfish agenda.
Yeah.
Right. What is his agenda?
Yeah, what is his agenda?
I don't know. I can't speak for Swae Lee. That's why I didn't want to actually get into where he's coming from. I just know that oftentimes people that are aligned with the kind of salaciousness and chaos that is the Donald Trump side of things.
Because they want to save some money on their taxes?
Potentially. There's been, people who have been able to get pardons and things off their record or help other people because they can have access. And some people, that is the end of their political kind of...
That's where it stops?
Yeah, that's their end of their political interest, is the fact that I can get something
from this person.
Access this person. Like, I actually can access them. Which in some ways I could argue is kind of good that somebody feels like they have access to the president to get something for them or their community, right? Whereas there's a lot of people who don't feel like the system works for them in that way.
But like in a position that Swae Lee or some of these, celebrities are in.
What position is that exactly?
I mean, they're higher up on the ladder of access than people on the ground level or in these communities. So they're never gonna feel like that. So it's easy for Swae Lee to say something like that and jump out the window and it'd be noticed and talked about, and Trump might see it or whatever the case is, or Polo G when Trump went to the Bronx and got them, and
that's Chef G.
Chef G, I'm sorry, Chef G. But it's like, they can do that and they can say that because they know there's a tunnel where they can actually go and maybe sit with them, talk with them.
Or somebody's reached out to them and said, hey, we notice you have influence, and how do you feel about this candidate? But I can say confidently that, generally speaking, I noticed that there is a selfish kind of personal gain to, because even when Kodak, was riding for Trump, he got pardoned. Like, his lawyer knew Trump, and so the story goes, and was able to get things done in that way on his behalf. Now, I don't know how much that is. He was been able to leverage that to benefit people who have come from where he comes from, but maybe that's what they feel like they can actually get done.
You would like to have that kind of faith or optimism that they would use their influence and bring it back to their neighborhood or their communities. But not to be a pessimist, but I think 9 times out of 10, that's not what their angle is. Their angle is to get myself out of whatever jam I'm in and wipe my hands of it and I'm good.
Right.
If you see them going back in their communities, if you see them having initiatives that help their communities based on their relationship with, the presidential candidate, then cool. By all means, do what you got to do. But if you're just gonna, do a tweet or, go to an event and be endorsed or
but
this, that,
a tweet
and the third,
might
then
be
it's
all
like,
they needed to do to secure the bag. Or
but then it's like, I mean, so if we're gonna go back,
take the photo. Everybody want to take, the photo's popping.
Yeah,
you
but
take
it's
the
just
photo,
like the photo,
or
and
you
then
have
like
the meeting. You might
what,
get
like,
a
what,
small
like,
business
what, like,
loan.
what
You might
meeting?
get a
Like,
job in the cabinet. You don't know.
see, you playing around. You might get a job in the cabinet.
You
really,
might be
like,
able to,
really, my nigga.
What are you saying?
Not
right
like
now?
nothing.
What are you talking?
Nothing.
Swae Lee.
Like,
What's
he
good
said
with
no.
the
He
solo
said that
albums?
do research on
What's
the other
good-
side. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
listen.
You know what the other side look like?
You said you didn't want to get into it like him, so he was mad about Biden sending millions to Ukraine to support the war against Russia. Okay, you want to talk about doing your research? There's a lot of other things that you could have picked on besides him sending money to like defend the world from a dictator. But anyway, Swae Lee, what's up with the solo career, bro? I think he's so good. I think he's so nice.
He is good.
I was just wondering when he's gonna just venture into solo pop
He's got
stardom.
to worry about he's worried about the politics right now. I don't think solo shit.
Don't worry about the politics.
Maybe this is the move, because that's another move if you've been paying attention. If you've been paying attention, there's a lot of people who align with Trump and then they put out music and the MAGA fans will stream your shit.
Even though it's shit.
You see, that's why I'm trying to be diplomatic.
Who are these people that you're speaking of?
Yeah, like what?
I know
You see Amber Rose spitting bars with the dude?
All right, I'm out of
She's
here,
a tattoo on her forehead. What are you talking about?
I'm out of here.
Yeah, but
Stop
why
it.
are you being
You
like,
stop
this
it.
is what's
You
wrong.
stop it.
This is what's wrong. You're so
What did she put
judgmental.
out? What did she put out?
Is she a
Well,
musician?
she was on the song with the guy.
Stop it.
What guy?
Some guy, y'all saw it. I don't know the guy's name.
So you just making shit up?
No, it's a music. They have a music video. You didn't see that?
You know who was? What's?
I don't know the guy's name, bro. Sorry, but he definitely is rapping.
And what is Amber
And
doing
what
on
is
this
she
song?
doing?
She's doing the hook, and I think she has a verse.
So all of her other business ventures failed, and now she is.
Now she's rapping. Now she's doing.
talking about?
She's doing
I
a hook?
wasn't gonna get into her crypto situation.
Oh, there's
with
a
the
crypto
fans and-
situation.
Wait, isn't Swae Lee part of some crypto shit too?
What's happening?
Oh
here?
shit!
Okay.
Isn't Swae Lee part of
man,
some
y'all
crypto shit?
Goosey out here, man. Come on, man.
Nah, Swae Lee part of
not
some
there.
crypto.
You
It's
just
not
stop
okay. I
looking.
just want to see if I can read. Okay, but no,
It's
I
not
seen
on
it.
my
All right.
Y'all, man. Now, shout out to my man Gordo.
Yeah.
His debut album, Diamante. Got some Drake vocals on this Gordo project. And I gotta say, I like Gordo. He makes great dance records. All of that. I did see some convo, though, around the Drake collabs, because here we are again. Drake putting out music that is not rap music. I don't know why everybody is so concerned with Drake having to respond with a rap record right now. Why is that? Why can't he go and, get inspiration, do other things? He's always done this. He's put out a dance album before. He's put out R&B records before. He's put out pop records before. What is the deal?
We just want to know what you want, Drake. What do you want?
This is what he's doing, what he wants. This is what he wants.
So then we want what you want. If you're happy putting out some dance records and you're good, then we're good.
I'm happy for Gordo. It's a good look.
Yep. He said Drake was happy as shit.
Yo, why you
working all
so
these
fidgety,
records.
man?
I
What's
think
your
that's,
problem,
that's
man?
amazing.
I have things to say, but I just,
Like what? Do you want to wait for another segment? Do you want to?
No, I'm glad that Drake is doing what he wants to do.
There you go. If he's happy?
If he's happy, then
We're happy.
they're happy.
You're not happy.
I like rapper Drake. Like I
can see the OVO hoes in the comments right now.
I
They're
just
like, oh, you like rapper Drake? That wasn't what you was saying last week.
I do appreciate Drake you know, being diverse with his catalog and, you know, what he does and, you know,
Yo, it's introduced the word. Listen,
his ability to do
I
this.
stand on it.
Yeah.
Drake has introduced the masses to different artists and styles of music his entire career. Like,
and we can never take that away.
Yes,
we can never take that away.
Done a great job of that.
I just, you know, I know the moment is over. I know the moment is past. I know we've crowned Kendrick, but I just think the moves after this entire situation of the records he's chosen to put out and release, I'm just like, I know you still got more in that gas tank. You know, I know
But maybe he's waiting for things to calm a little bit for him to get back to it.
Yeah, it's just the rapper nerd in me. You know, that's it. You know, it's just me wanting more war, more bloodshed, but you know.
Is that the nerd in you? Sounds like
that's the rap beef nerd.
War and bloodshed.
It's a crazy statement.
We should talk about that next week on the Rap Life Review.
Well, and as we wrap, I got to shout out Pusha T, who also confirmed that the Clips album is done being recorded.
Shit, okay.
Entirely produced by Pharrell.
You're sure?
That's what they said, and there was an interview that they had that came out a couple weeks ago that said it was entirely produced by.
That's amazing.
Or like the Neptunes or Pharrell, like whatever the case
so,
is. And I heard I got wind of a couple features, but nah.
You got the leak?
Not yet. But yeah, the features that I heard.
Not even excited about the features, to be honest. I'm sure they're gonna be dope.
No, you should be.
You should be.
You should be.
Just Pusha and Pharrell? Okay.
Pusha and Pharrell's always great. Look, that last Pusha project where half was done by Pharrell and half was by Kanye.
Great. He doesn't miss.
Incredible. It still gets
I'm waiting on that fucking DJ Drama Pusha tape. They got a Gangsta Girls coming.
Who does?
Pusha and Drama.
So is it Clips Drama?
No, Pusha and Drama.
Just Pusha, no Malice.
Nah. The album is the Clips. Gangsta Girls is Pusha.
Is this like a 2025 rollout we're looking at?
We were supposed to get that last year, so hopefully we get the Pusha joint this year.
A lot to look forward to then. That's great.
And, you know, Pusha's got the new job with Louis Vuitton, so will that slow down the music?
Possibly. Possibly.
Can we get some discount codes? It's Rap Life Review for Nadeska and Low. I'm Ebro. Leave your comments. We love them. And we love you guys all for tuning in, even if you tune in with hate.
What's good? Nadeska here. If you made it through that entire episode of the Rap Life Review, that means you're really a fan. Hit that like button so we know it's real. Subscribe if you never want to miss an episode. And of course, if you really have something to say, drop a comment and we'll hit you back on next week's episode.